Watts of Records Layer Production, back at you with another tutorial. And this part 8, man. You know what I mean? We closing it out. We at part 8. We went through 8 parts. And we on the 8th part right now. We done everything from oxes to two busing. And I'm going to give you a listen to what the two bus is, what's left, what I got out of everything now. And then we're going to go in, we're going to do a little automation. We're going to automate the aux fader, and we're going to automate our toms for now. We're going to automate our toms, and we're going to automate our aux fader. Okay, and I'm going to speak on some more automations that I probably will do later on in the process, but I'm not going to get into them automations until I stretch the beat out. But these, what I mean by stretching the beat out is picking every sample where I want to go at throughout the whole 3 to 4 minutes of the track. All right, however long this track gonna be, until I set that up. So I ain't gonna really go into all the details of my automations of my sifts and all that, what I'm gonna do with them yet. But I'm gonna automate my aux, because I'm gonna automate my aux early, because that's gonna give me the vibe of what I like. The whole thing about making these beats and making your sound is not losing the sound that you always wanted. Once you find, you like, that's where it's at. You gotta stay there and build around that and build that and build at that and keep on building at that. Don't do nothing else. Anybody else will get in your way and tell you what they like and what they want. That's a part of this music part, that everybody had their opinion, and somebody gonna tell you what they like and what they don't like, and you might disagree because they are professional or they know what they doing at that. But if it sound good, it sound okay, you ain't doing nothing wrong. If it sound the way you want it to sound, you ain't doing nothing wrong. You know what I mean? So I can't say sound good either, because that's the argument you two can be having, or you and anybody, that this sound better than that. If it don't sound good to you too, that jive is a problem. I mean, I know the last part is mastering and you let somebody else do it, but it's still not the last part. That's not it. It's not over at the mastering stage, because guess what? You got to agree with the master. So that's still a key point. If you don't agree, then he wasted all his time mastering with what he was doing, because you don't agree with what he done. So the main point is getting with somebody who is mastering, who understand that they keeping your elements where they at and just making them better. Not changing your song to make it sound totally new, because you wasted your time then. All the mixing you done and everything you done was really worth nothing if somebody take your song and turn it into something else. So here we go. We already did the oxes, the bus, and now we're going to do some automating. So we're going to go up to our toms, because we're going to automate our toms. And I'm just going to automate one clip, right? Once I automate the one clip, I'm going to do the same automation to, I'm going to automate one clip, because it clipped 9 bars. But if it was less than 9 bars, I automate 2 clips. So I'm going to automate this, and the first thing I'm going to do is go make my points for it. So we're going to go click on this. We're going to click plus track. We're going to add an empty automation lane. And then we're going to go to the pan. And now also, because I'm doing this, right, it's another thing you're going to have to do. So what I'm going to have to do is this. First thing is go unfreeze my drums. Got to unfreeze my drums, or anything I'm doing here. It won't even matter. Unfreeze the drums. Now I'm going to put another volume fader right here, and set it at the dB that this is set at, 8.2. So we're going to put this at 8.2. It's this for now, but this is for once I automate. Remember, we already at our mix, at the point in our mix that we end up pointing out mix that we already got the volumes going the way we want them at the level. So remember, after I even automate this, I'm gonna have to level match. This is a must. This is a must. So everything that I work for in the back end was a waste of time. Your compressors, everything gonna work different if the volume is changed. Think about if you going before the compressor and you turning up things that's already in there, something in the compressor is going to turn down. That's just the natural effect of it because the compressor is compressing, is bringing up things that is low. So if you start turning up things, if I let these toms turn up, it's going to bring something else down in the mix. So let's go ahead and get to the automation of this. So the first thing I do, make that big, and then I go make my nose. So I know basically I'm gonna need a node for every hit. So first we're gonna go put these nodes for every hit first. Now you can manually do this with the with your fader if you want. You know, control it while it's happening too. But I'm gonna show you this way first. Right now, I got my points, right? So now after you got your points, you want to make sure you're creating points that you're only working in that point. So now that's what we great do. We already got the points where we want, so now we're going to make the points that we're working in. This basically, so I'm put an endpoint right here, right? This, so I'm only going to move what's inside of here. I'm going to do the same thing here, going outside the line of there. So now this is only going to move that. And I'm going to do this all the way back, going backwards down. So I came up and made endpoints, and now I'm coming backwards and doing the same exact thing. Going back down, right behind the nodes. This is how I do it. Go right back down. Everywhere a node, add another node right behind it. That's all you do. Everywhere a node, add another node. Okay, so now we're going to solo the track, and we're going to listen. We're going to mark this point. We're going to listen. Yeah, all right. I thought it disappeared. I said, what happened to my nose? All right. Now we're going to listen. And what we great listen to is we not just great be listening. We great listen to hear. You want to hear how many different toms you hit, how many different sound off of toms you use, right? And for each different tom, I'm going to create a space for them that they sit in. And then we just going to keep copying and pasting each tom space and put it in each tom space. And then once we do that, we just going to copy and paste it throughout the whole edit. And I'm going to show you how you do this quick instead of going to go put it over the whole edit. I'm going to show you the easy way of doing it. Well, not the faster way, rather. Alright, so here we go. We're going to play it and give it a listen. I figure out, I know I didn't do that. If I did that, I'm going to be so mad. I'm trying to see, did I really do that? I recorded the end with all of it in it. I'm going to be so mad. I didn't. I don't know why is so something going wrong. So we have an output problem happening here. We got hits coming into. Something going wrong. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure this out real quick. Hold on. See what the problem is. Even though I have these two soloed, I should not hear. Oh, okay, it's solo on other tracks too. Okay. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm like, nah, it is. See, look. Hold on. Let me make sure my two buttons and stuff ain't going. That gotta be it. Oh, okay, it's because it's sending no matter what, it's still sending all the drums back into the 6x6. Okay. Alright, because I got the output of the drums still going, so no matter what, even though I soloed that, the track's still going in. Okay. So now we ready to do that, what I was talking about with the tom. So we're going to go to the toms and fix this. Well, not fix, we're going to enhance the toms real quick. Alright, so we got 3 different toms. Dome, 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 boom, boom. Them 2 different toms right here. These are 2 different toms. Dome, dome. Dum, dum, them right there. Alright, so we gonna these three can sit in the same space, and these can sit in one space. We're gonna make 3 spaces. It's basically 2 times, right? But we gonna make 3 spaces as we gonna say like it hit that. We gonna make it seem like it hit that time different twice, but it's really only 2 times with 3 different play styles. So what we gonna do? We gonna pick our style for, basically our pan for this one. All right, now we got that. So now that we got our automation on our toms, now what we're going to do is we're going to go here and we're going to click auto lock. Auto lock is going to lock this automation to the clip, right? And what we're going to do, we're going to delete all these, and then we just going to keep copying and pasting it over. So we won't have to keep copying and pasting this over. So we're going to delete these. It's fast. Right, so we got our toms automated. Now we're going to go automate our auxes. We're going to automate our aux return. And we're going to do that manually with moving the fader. Alright, so let's give it a listen with our toms and automate it. It should give a little more bounce to the track. Uh-oh, we gotta freeze this back. Only thing, like I tell you, man, when you're going with that SSL style, you are going to deal with heavy CPU because you got to remember, you got on every track, you have a plugin that's a powerhouse that got a gate on it, a filter, a side chain, a gate, a in and out trim knob, and a three band, four band, yeah, four band EQ. You got a four band EQ. You have a filter, which filters are side chains, if you don't know. I mean, I said side, I'm sorry. Is low pass and high pass. You have low pass and high pass filter. And then also, this filter side change, if you hit this button right here, this means basically a lot of people say it, talked about it when they talk about this plugin, but I know to a common user that don't know better, they wouldn't really understand what they're saying when you could use this side chain. Because you just click on, you like side chain. All right, what's side chaining in? What's coming in? What's happening? What's going on with the side chain? All right, let's talk about what's really happening with the side chain. That's why it's over here. You normally will see your filter will be where before everything, right? It'll normally be here. But it's over here for a reason because it's just before the dynamic section. Your filters, even though you EQing and all that, these filters are just before the dynamic section. Even though you low pass and high pass, and it's after the EQ. It really is in the chain too. So what happens is this: if you click on this filter side chain, basically wherever you are high passing, the compressor will side chain against it. So basically saying whatever you cutting out, the compressor will not compress till that point too. So you see, you can click both of them. You got the filter in and you got filter side chain. And so basically what this is saying is, like, this will often get used a lot on my on drums and things like that a lot. So what you'll do, like I say, you'll cut the side. I ain't got no compressor on here, so it don't matter. If you ain't compressing, it's no need to filter side chain here. Okay, just please know that you don't never need to click this on if you're not compressing with this plugin. If you're not using the compressor, you don't need this. This doesn't matter. It ain't doing nothing for you. It's just clicked on. But if you is compressing, just remember for each track, which is the common sense of this. That's why the SSL is so great. It's just using common sense. It ain't going crazy. It's basically saying, look, if you low passing this, right, and you have the compressor on, right, it's no need for the compressor trying to work down there, because it will try to work down there. It will try to pick up all them lows and all that. But if you know you cut it, it's no need for the compressor to work there. So if you turn on the filter side chain, it will tell the compressor, don't start working till 72 hertz. Don't start working. And then whatever you go up to, it will tell it don't start working. Till then, that's what this do. So this do two things. It's also, it don't work, from my understanding, it don't work the opposite way. Even I'm saying it don't work with the low pass, the side chain effect. I'm saying the side chain is only for the high pass. Like a high pass, you can side chain high pass all the way up to 400 hertz. So basically saying you can make your compressor only work at 400 hertz if you want. Now, being two, because that's why they gave you the button. So you might have a track that you want your lows. Like, so say if I'm mastering right now, right? If I'm mastering, I want my lows. I don't want to take nothing out. I don't want to filter anything. So at that point, I would turn my filter off and only have my side chain and go to the frequency that I want the compressor to start working at. That's the concept of it. But when you're using both, if you're saying you got both in, just remember that the compressor is still only working at where you high pass to. All right, that's to get that out the way for you so people will know that, because that's something that can be confusing. When I first started using the side chain right there, I was confused about it. And I liked the side chain better than the 2-bus compressor, but then I realized it was actually the same thing. So, here we go. We going to automate our aux now. Basically, we could just do this in one go. We ain't going to need to do that yet till we do it. So what we going to do, just going to turn the record mode on. Record and play, because I ain't do none of this track. If I would have done something to this track, I'd turn the play part off, so I'd just be recording. But we're going to record this, what I'm going to do with the automation. Alright, so that's basically my automation. So what we do, I just go show the active automation for this track. Boom, right there. And what I do from this cursor position, I'm going to paste, copy this, copy the clipboard, then I'm going to paste from cursor position. Come here, do the same thing. Alright, so we got our aux beta automation done right there, that quick. Bam. So now let's get at a listen. Turn the record off, just automation play. Oh. Lot of CPU. Lot of CPU. Lot of CPU. Lot of CPU. Ooh. See what I can see. Having a little CPU problem, y'all. It's just crushing. It's going hard and it's crushing. It's crushing us right now, right? But we alright, man. We gonna get through it, man. So basically, what we gonna do to get through it real quick, we gonna be able to shut our aux down. And how we gonna do that? We gonna record our aux in real quick, right here. So we gonna get our aux track in because we automated that already. So we gonna get our automation recorder down. And so now I'm gonna show you this way how you will be able to hear just your aux. So this the way in your DAW, if you just wanted to hear your aux and you don't have no 6i6, you don't have nothing that you can just click on your aux that is output to. This how you do it. See these faders right here that I got X'd out, like I told you, these turned off. And these right here is before the output, but the sound's still going in here. And my 2-bus and my aux is running before this fader. So I'm not great. I'm just gonna make me be able to not hear this back inside the DAW. So we're gonna cut them off, and then we're gonna record it, and we only gonna hear that. All right, hold on. Matter of fact, we're gonna record both tracks. So we're gonna change this to the aux fader. Alright, we're gonna change this one to 2-bus. So we're gonna record the 2-bus and the aux fader in so we can shut them down. We're gonna be able to just mute them. And we have a problem, we always can go back and fix it. So we're gonna record these two right now. Then but I'm gonna show you that you ain't gonna hear nothing but the 2-bus, but this through Tracktion and not through my 6i6. Right now that I cut them on, they are off. They turned down all the way to infinite. So we're going to go ahead and play it and see what we got. So you see, we got the aux and the 2-bus. So we're going to record them too. We're going to record them two back into the DAW. Alright, there you go. Then another thing, whenever you recording back into the track or even rendering, I promise you the best way to do it, even though you know you had your marker set at where you want it, I always move my markers out a bar past the render point. So just make sure, the tail end out right every time. Make sure your tail end out right. So that's just something that I practice every time. And I'm going to show you a reason right here. I'm going to show you in the track, right? On one of these tracks, I got it. So you can understand why I do it. See here? This track right here. If I would have just recorded it at the bar right here, it would have clipped it right here and it would have not left all that. So what happens is when I do want to end out the beat or let it tail out and it's just playing the music, the tail will be gone. It's good as long as there's music over top of it. You never had no problem. But when you get to points where you want to end out, you can't end out. See how this chop? It's chopped. It's chopped. I can't go no farther. That's ending out right there. I ain't got the tail in it. You see what I'm saying? But this was done on purpose with this sound. But I'm just telling you that when you doing it, you want to make sure you record. And then you can see I kept the tail in on this going into the next one, but fading it out. But I did it on every one. See, a lot of times you would do this. But remember, when this was a recorded track, I recorded it back in. I'm saying using it input from another track. And when I recorded it, I just made sure I set my marker right here. Instead of putting the marker right here at the end where the recording stops, I always set my marker a bar further. And that way I get everything baked in. So that's just something good to practice too. And we basically closing it out because next what we're going to do, we already printed this out. So now we can cut these off. And we can mute our two bus and our aux fader. So these now, our aux fader print, and this is my two bus print. So that should help with some CPU. This that fast. That should have helped us. We're gonna mute these auxes right now. And let's see what we got. Maybe that's a lot of CPU. Oh no, I ain't running all the tracks there. Hold on. Okay, so now we gotta cut these faders back on. Right, remember these faders off is on. So the back faders off is turning these faders on. Alright, so now let's see where the CPU at. So you see we killed all our CPU and we got our print of our two bus and the print of our aux fader. And they gonna be coming in instead of the same volume we had. And remember we automated our aux, so they gonna be doing the same thing. go, man. We closed it out. Basically, next video, since this one went like 30 minutes, so yeah, we went to 40 minutes, man. No way it planned on doing that, right? But it took that. So this still a short video to me. My videos be hours and shit, man. So, man, thanks for tuning in, man. We gonna close it out. Last video coming up. Bouncing your track down to 2-track, and so you can burn it. I mean, burn it, whatever you want to do with it. MP3, do whatever you want to do with it. Get it out there. All right, we gonna go into that on the next video. So tune in to the next video. Layer Productions, man. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Peace, man.